Welcome to our walkthrough of what in-building worship would look like under the current state restrictions. If we gather in the building, we want to be absolutely certain we've taken any precaution against spread. We know it's hard to imagine how all the restrictions would affect us. So here are all the changes our COVID preparedness team and council have planned for us. We know that the many changes we'd need to make to reduce risk might not make in-building worship desirable right now, and that's okay. We'll also be closely watching public school decisions and case increases or decreases in Minnesota and Minneapolis to help us make decisions. Right now, we'd like to see who might be interested in returning to in-building worship on Sunday, October 4th. We're going to ask for people to sign up in advance so we know if this is even something we want to prepare or if we want to stay with at-home worship until restrictions are further lifted. Signing up ahead of time is requested so we can plan for the number of distance chairs we need and also so we know if people will want to be there. We'll ask that you provide your contact information in case we are alerted to a positive case and need to do contact tracing. Then sign the waiver indicating the church will not be held liable if you contract COVID from attending in-building worship. In-building worship would be made available every other Sunday, with the service live streamed on our usual Facebook and Zoom channels for those who would like to join from home. We would continue pre-recorded at-home worship on the opposite Sundays to lessen the burden on staff and volunteers. Masks are required over the nose and mouth when we are in the building. Please enter at door number 2 on the east side of the building. To limit social contact, please wait until 9:45 a.m. to enter. The door will be propped open so that there is no contact shared on the handle. The doors to the sanctuary will be propped open to encourage airflow. All seating in the sanctuary is socially distant, with at least 6 feet between each family or bubble. To limit any contact spread, all hymnals would be removed, and bulletins would be on the distanced chairs. To limit any contact spread, the offering plate would be on a stand at the door. We would also have the service live streamed on our usual Facebook and Zoom channels for those who need or prefer to stick to at-home worship. Worship would include spoken prayers and preaching, but unfortunately, current restrictions mean that actions would produce more air like singing, whistling, and humming, even when masked, won't be included. We will have pre-recorded choir pieces, sign language singing, and rhythm patterns to familiar songs. We would show our compassion and care for each other through hand signals at a safe distance, like waving, air hugs, or sign language for peace be with you. Communion would take place at the very end of worship. Households would be invited to leave spaced 6 feet apart. Communion would be set up in the commons area. First, sanitize your hands and wait until the sanitizer has completely dried. Once hands are completely dry, you can remove your mask from your face. You can then take the first wafer you touch, as Pastor Emmy says, "Body of Christ, given for you." And the first cup you touch, as Pastor Emmy says, "Blood of Christ, given for you." You may then re-sanitize your hands, again waiting to touch anything until they are completely dry. You may then put your mask back on as you exit the commons. Door 3, on the west side near the food shelf, will be propped open to reduce contact through the door handle. One of the biggest things we'd miss is our ability to sit and chat around good food and good coffee. Unfortunately, just as restaurants are keeping all tables 6 feet apart or more inside, we wouldn't be able to let people from separate households sit at the same tables inside. You would be welcome to stay and chat outside as long as the weather allows. We know this would be really different from how we are used to worshiping in our building. We hope this video helps us all think through our best next steps so that we continue to nurture our community and care for each other. Think, pray, and look for your invite to our return to in-building worship on October 4th.